Um, I don't know how to start, but I think I just saw that on the news and on Facebook for a Filipino who tried to speak up for the aid that she received. I mean, that's the CERB, I think, and that's what they call them. And that she said something like it wasn't. She said that it wasn't enough, and I don't understand that because maybe she's earning more than 2,000, 2 grand a month, or maybe even more than 2 grand on a bi-weekly wages. To my understanding, I think I'm totally understand what she says. I totally understand what she said, and especially if you are also trying to help out a family back home, and it might not be enough to begin with. But in all honesty, too, you also have to understand that not everything will be provided for by the government of Canada. I mean, in all fairness to governments around the world, it is also just a share of what the government can do for you to begin with. If you don't have savings and if you don't have money, then I think that shouldn't be the problem of the government. But to put on the responsibility of government to bear you on the current situation that you're in, I think that it's not also fair for everybody, just like the rest of us that are actually working, because even up to this point, we still work in the minimum hours of at least 35 to 37. There've been even like 40 full hours a week. So it's not just about your own understanding of the matter, but I think to just blow your horn out in the public and say that that's not enough. And I'm just hoping that just being grateful for you that you're in the country that can provide enough for you. Be grateful for the fact that you're in a country where everyone is taken care of. And I think that's where the whole situation is for, because in all honesty too, in my case, I'm still working. I mean, first you have to pay for your rent, you pay for your car, you pay for your car insurance, you also send money back home, you have to buy your groceries. There are also friends that you need to help out, and on top of that is you're gonna pay like your credit card and all these things. So I think it's not only you that actually is only you that is going through all this, and it's not totally fair for you to be saying something. I think, well, if you ask me, I think it's more about just me being grateful for what the government can afford me for a very specific period of time because of the pandemic. But still, I still consider you to be in the worst situations than most of us probably do. And it's not just about, well, I mean, there's so many people that's mucking you around, bashing you of your statement because of the statement you gave. I think sometimes we also have to understand that if there's one thing more that you can probably provide for yourself, is the fact that being grateful is immensely or is much more appreciated than being uh, ungrateful. I think that's what it is. So I actually wasn't very happy of your of the statement, but I do recognize and acknowledge you that maybe you're not in the greater in a better position than most of us. Maybe I told you to test that because going back, if you're in the Philippines right now, you might be even like crying out if you haven't even received like the 6,000 or 8,000 from the SAP or whatever you call it. It's the same manner that here in Canada now they're given that benefit of 2,000, and it's not just 2,000 once, and it's gonna be until when all these things is over. And if I hear it right, they already promised for the next 3 months in total, so that's May, June, and July, until like everything eases up and we all go back to work just like anybody else. So I think, well, I would try to understand you, but I think it's better for you just to stop putting putting our race, the Filipino race, in a pedestal when everyone's going to be throwing stones at us, because your statement can be a hasty generalization of what Filipinos will be, and their idea and their understanding on the matter will be in public. So yeah, I do see the point of you not able to meet your making your needs being met by just 2,000 a month, but I think we have to find ways where we can actually just survive. If you survive being a nanny for 8 years, there's no way for you not be able to survive for a couple months when all these things is going to be better. So this is just my personal opinion, and people can have a different opinion as what I just mentioned. The only thing is that what I'm trying to say is I also wanted to put myself into that situation where people will be a little more respectful, and to be being respectful and being respected in the first place is for you to make statements that's not go against your will. So I said this because I just didn't see the very good feedback, and it's also, it's not just you that's being accused of not being grateful for the government of Canada, but it would be thrown over for every Filipinos, regardless of your citizenship, because it doesn't actually make us any different. Even if we have our Canadian citizen with us, they would look at us the way how we speak, and how, even colors, and how we portray ourselves in public. So it's just my honest opinion on the matter, that I think just being cautious of what you will say in public, as opposed to just throw in what you think is right. So I just want to end this with my statement saying that, yeah, I mean, think as many times before you probably would even say a word, so that you won't be bashed. All right, thank you.